Was a girl running in our group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford Coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look out, buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
We've been talking about cars, and I've had, like I said, I had a bad week looking at some of this stuff, and I got one more. And this is probably the biggest travesty there was, and I think this is terrible. I got to tell you, I don't like anybody, company, bigwig, fat cat, I don't care who you are, that takes advantage or uses or harms our servicemen and women. Our people in the military are there to protect us from the world, and they got a big weight on their shoulders when they're deployed and when they're out and around. I don't like anybody to take advantage of those people. And I don't care if they're veterans, if it's after the fact, if they're after their service. I don't like anybody that takes advantage of those people. Here. And this makes me really mad with Honda. The headline reads, the United States reaches a $1.5 million settlement with American Honda over service members' compensation. The U.S. Department of Justice said Wednesday it settled a lawsuit against American Honda Finance Company, Corp., in which it alleged the auto financing entity broke the law by not refunding certain lease payments to certain members who ended their vehicle leases early, to certain service members who ended their vehicle leases early, which sometimes they have to. And the unit will pay more than 1.58 million to 714 affected service members, according to a Justice Department release. The settlement also requires the company to pay $67,715 to the U.S. Treasury to adopt new policies and implement new training requirements. It's making me madder and madder now that I'm reading it again. American Honda Finance, headquartered in Torrance, California, provides retail financing to the U.S. for Honda and Acura vehicles. In a complaint, the Justice Department and the company specifically said the company specifically failed to provide funds of vehicle trade-in credit that were applied toward capitalized cost reduction. The department said that violated the Service Members Civil Relief Act, a law enacted in 2003 that provides financial protections to active duty service members. The act requires that service members who lawfully end vehicle leases get refunds of all the lease amounts they paid in advance per the department. Let me just tell you, none of this makes me happy. You don't do that to people that are serving your country. And that little piddly 1.56 million, Honda's got a lot more than that. Let's give these people a little bonus. Let Honda sting a little bit. Let them reel back and say, whoa, maybe we shouldn't mess with the government of the United States and their military. Maybe they should leave it alone. Don't try and take advantage of people just because they're not here to fight for that. They can't. They're on deployment. They're here. They're there. They're all over the world. And they ended their lease early, and now to get their money back, they'd have to come back and file a lawsuit and blah, blah, blah and get it. No, that shouldn't have to happen. That should not have to happen. And according to that Service Members Relief Act, it's not supposed to happen. Well, now they're going to make it better. But I think they should make that $3 million and pay them double. Pay them double because they're military and they serve our country. That's crap. That just makes me mad. Honda, you just made me so mad I could just spit. Anyway, now we can calm down. Eric, you can take away the heart pills.
Okay, cool.
Take those glycerin pills and put them away. I didn't need them.
Thank you.
And we're going to go back to talking about the car business, which we always do. Which we did before, but that was just things that just were wrong in the car business. And there's wrongs and there's rights, but there was some wrongs this week, and my God, I can't let them go. I just can't let them slide. Especially a couple of them there. Anyway, did you know the Detroit 3 automakers will require all employees, contractors, and visitors at their Canadian facilities to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and show proof beginning later this year. Stellantis, General Motors, and Ford each issued statements Thursday announcing the policy change. Stellantis will require proof of vaccination beginning December 17th, while GM will require proof starting December 12th, and Ford didn't immediately say when the new rules would take effect. Ford has a plant right up here, but no, that's in Canada only right now. They're having a little problem forcing people to take that vaccine here in America. All of them are. Now, something that nobody thought of. This is cool. Nobody thought of it. I stumbled on this, and this is from Automotive News, but it was in the past, but they redid the story. Rain impairs the performance of driver assistance technology, according to a AAA Motor Club study. Yeah. Vehicles equipped with lane-keeping technology cross lane markers 37% of the time during the ideal conditions in the AAA test. But that rate jumped to 69% once the rain was added. The performance of advanced driver assistance technology used to help vehicles automatically brake and stay in lanes is significantly reduced by moderate and heavy rain. A study by the AAA showed last Thursday. Researchers at AAA, it's the Federation of North American Motor Clubs, found that vehicles' auto emergency braking systems, in several instances during simulated rainfall, no longer recognize stopped vehicles ahead, and that vehicles' lane-keeping systems performed considerably even worse. So guess what? There's a little glitch we're going to have to work on. They want to use that. I've got all that on my car, and it works. I've never tried it in the rain, and I'm going to, but it's just spooky. This is something, again, how much did this cost to put on that car? And they add it to the price of the car. Have you looked at the price tag on cars lately? Well, right now they're stupid high, used and new, because of this deal. I don't even want to get started. But anyway, there's a shortage of used cars and a shortage of new cars, so the prices are and the prices, well, you know what? These dealers got to make their money to keep the doors open, so they're going to get as much as they can for every vehicle. If you're silly enough to buy one, or if you're forced to buy one, if your car just completely says goodbye, then you got to go out and buy one, and you got to pay too much. A friend of mine's daughter or niece, a little SUV import, Japanese import SUV, 3 left on the lot. She wanted one, not even the color she wanted. She paid $3,000 over sticker. She had a bid on it, Eric. She had to tell the dealer, well, I'll pay. She started at $1,000, then it went to $2,000 because somebody else bid $1,500, and it got up to $3,000. And who knows who was leading the bidding? It might have been a plant by the dealer, but it was somebody bidding. And she paid $3,000 over sticker for this little bitty SUV. Ford, and I gotta watch myself with this. Ford no longer has a board representative on the Rivian Electric Startup Company's board. Ford Motor Company, which has repeatedly touted its strategic relationship with electric vehicle maker Rivian, no longer has a representative on the startup's board of directors ahead of its going public. It's about to go IPO. And and this is the company that I was poo-pooing before, and then I saw who they had for partners, and whoa, Ford and Amazon. While an announcement was never made, Ford executive Alexandra Ford English left the Rivian board in May, according to the documents Rivian made public on October 1st, ahead of its planned initial public offering, IPO. Ford Vice President Doug Power replaced English in June, and he left the board in September. So guess what? I don't know what's going on there, but you never bite the hand that feeds, Eric. It's just not right. Ford has invested more than $820 million in Rivian over 2 fundraising rounds, according to the SEC filing. The filing did not include information on the latest $2.5 billion funding round Rivian announced in July that also included Ford. So Ford and Amazon are the ones putting the big cash out for these guys. I don't know. Rivian is still. I had to eat my words. I had to eat crow when I told everybody that they weren't going to make it, and they are. So far. And now we're back to talking about what's going on in the car business, so you know. This tells you is what's happening. I like everybody to know what's coming their way down the road. You're gonna walk into a showroom after all this pandemic and all this silliness is over. You're gonna walk into a showroom and you're not gonna know what you're looking at because it's gonna be all different. There's gonna be electric cars. Everybody's making an electric car, Eric. Everybody's got a version. You go into a Ford dealer, the Mustang is electric, the Bronco's electric. Let me just tell you, you're not going to know what you're looking at. And do you know anything about electric cars? You can always call in here, or you can write on Facebook and ask any questions you have about electric cars. There's some things I don't know yet, but you can't faze me for that because has nothing to do with knowing my business. My business is changing, and the way it's changing, nobody knows what's next. We just don't. Let's talk about hiring, the jobs that are out there. And by the way, everybody needs to get out and get a job. They're all there. There's just companies are just are crying for people. I know I'd like to find one more, a top wrench if I could. Mazda Toyota Manufacturing, which has started the 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross model, expects to have 4,000 workers in total by next year. They're going to add 17,000 Toyota Motor Company and Mazda joint venture in Alabama plans to hire 1,700 additional employees as it ramps up production, the company said on Thursday. Mazda Toyota Manufacturing, which has started making the 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross, expects to have 4,000 workers in total by next year, when production of the yet-to-be-announced Mazda vehicle will also happen. In other words, they're not building the same car. They're going to be building in the same plant together. So that's one facility. The JV expects to produce 150,000 future Mazda and 150,000 Toyota crossovers annually. In case you're wondering, the JV, that's the joint venture. Whoever wrote this was silly. Last year, Toyota and Mazda increased their investment in the JV joint venture by $830 million to $2.3 billion. So out in Alabama, Toyota and Mazda went to bed together, Toyota and Mazda, and they're going to build their own cars, but in the same plant. You got to figure that's got to save on a lot of logistics. It's got to save on a lot of costs. And if you don't like working for Toyota, go across the way and work for Mazda. Why not? CarMax is back up and rolling. CarMax, the nation's largest used vehicle retailer, plans to fill 3,700 positions by the end of the year, the company said Tuesday. Now that doesn't sound like much for a whole year, but it's not the whole year. We only got 2 months left in this year. So by the end of this year, they're going to hire 3,700 new employees. CarMax said it is looking to hire about 1,400 auto technicians. Good luck. And service operations associates. Good luck there too. Including detailers and painters. Auto technicians are paid $19 to $53 an hour, according to the company, and that's commensurate with your experience and your ability. The company also wants to hire about 700 customer service consultants, assistant managers who will work directly online and over the phone with customers. Pay for consultants is $18 to $20 an hour. Some of those positions are work from home eligible, CarMax has said. Well, there you go. They'll give you $20 an hour to stay home and answer the phone. CarMax is seeking another 900 store sales and business office associates who would work directly with vehicle buyers. They're hiring. CarMax is back on the road and they're hiring. They're done messing around. Also, Electric Last Mile Solutions. That's that last mile. Yeah, they're going to open a urban mobility lab in California. They want to build driverless cars for sure. Commercial electric vehicle company Electric Last Mile Solutions Inc., said Wednesday it was opening an urban mobility laboratory in San Francisco. There you go. There's the land of fruits and nuts. The lab will act as technology hub for the company. It will specialize in electric vehicle fleet solutions such as advanced in-vehicle technology, edge-to-cloud architecture, and data-intensive applications, according to a statement. Does that sound like believable to you? ELMS, that's Electric Last Mile Solutions, hopes specializing in these areas will result in customer programs that ramp up vehicle productivity and slash ownership costs. Well, that would be nice. The company says the lab will analyze commercial electric vehicle data and environments to learn how to improve fuel efficiency. You want to improve fuel efficiency? Make them all electric. I mean, what are you going to do? That's just the way it is. Well, time for a little trip around the car world here. There's going to be more jobs available there, too. So that was all jobs related. This is going to be different, and there's going to be different things, and there's some more jobs coming up, believe me or not. ABB, that's the name of the company, AB. Now, it's a Swiss company, so if you add A to the end, it's ABBA. Isn't that the name of the group, rock group, Eric? Well, this is just ABB, no A. It's launching the world's fastest electric vehicle charger. I don't know if I like that. They said when they were charging the volt is when they caught on fire. I don't know. ABB has launched the world's fastest electric car charger, the Swiss engineering company said, as it presses ahead with plans to float the business, which would be valued at around $3 billion. The company's new Terra 360 modular charger can charge up to 4 vehicles at once. Cool. And can fully charge any electric vehicle within 15 minutes. The company said in a statement on Thursday. The device, which can deliver 62 miles of range in less than 3 minutes, will be available in Europe by the end of the year, the company said. U.S., Latin America, and Pacific regions are due to follow in 2022. ABB, 4 cars, fully charged, 15 minutes. And if you just want to make it home, you got 60 miles a range for 3 minutes. So you don't miss your reruns of MASH on the way home or whatever when you get home. All right. China and GM, I don't like this. Joint venture develops their own chips. One of the General Motors China joint ventures said on Wednesday it's developing auto chips and aims to increase use of locally sourced chips in the next 5 years. Luzhou-based, wherever that is, Luzhou, I don't know, based SGMVV, who is that? GM's venture with partners SAC Motor Corp and Ganzai Automotive Group said at an industry conference that has been developing its own auto computing chip since 2018. The company did not say whether it merely is designing chips or is also participating in chip manufacturing, but said it would boost cooperation with Chinese manufacturers to improve quality and economy of its chips. These are the chips, the mysterious chips that everybody is telling us is causing all this problem. Yeah, well, let me just tell you, you don't want to get me started.